Like the majority of Kenyans, the United Alternative Government is outraged by the credible evidence that the Ruto-led regime has engaged in irregular issuance and de facto auctioning of Kenyan passports and identity documents to foreign nationals, among them alleged drug lords, human trafficking overlords, lords, and rebel groups facing international sanctions. Of particular gravity is a confirmed issuance of Kenyan passports to individuals connected to Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, RSF, a militia whose Commander General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, commonly known as Hemeti, stands sanctioned by both the United Nations and the United States of America for genocide and crimes against humanity in Darfur. That individuals linked to a sanctioned warlord responsible for genocide now hold Kenyan travel documents is not merely a colossal act of betrayal, it is a deliberate criminal enterprise masquerading as governance. The consequences for ordinary Kenyans are both immediate and lasting. Heightened scrutiny at international borders, severe complications in obtaining visas for education and employment, lasting reputational damage to the Kenyan passport, and the erosion of bilateral trust with Western and regional partners. This is not a partisan matter. It is a matter of national security. And now we are having some showers of blessings. Shall I continue? Beyond passport integrity, the illegal issuance of identity documents to foreign nationals forms part of a calculated plan to rig Kenya's 2027 general elections and to deploy foreign militias as instruments for suppressing Kenyan voters. This scheme includes the unlawful registration of foreign nationals from Somalia, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Tanzania on Kenya's electoral roll, as well as the organized distribution of Burundian youth across the country as agents of political violence. Our youth made dogs of war, human trafficking in plain sight. No Kenyan is safe, and no Kenyan youth shall be trafficked into foreign wars. The Ruto regime's punishing economic mismanagement and relentless taxation have driven an entire generation into desperation. Stripped of jobs and hope, Kenya's youth have become easy prey for criminal recruitment networks operating brazenly within our borders. These networks lure young Kenyans with false promises of well-paying civilian employment abroad, only to place them in military uniforms and force them to fight for Russia's military on the killing fields of Ukraine. Our young men and women, deceived into conflict before they understood what was happening, have been turned into disposable instruments of a foreign power in a war they neither chose nor consented to. And no numbers are already dead. And we saw last night the pain with this family in Limuru. I think their loved one, James Kamau. This is no speculation. More than 30 Kenyan youth have returned against all odds, bearing chilling first-hand testimonies of the brutality they witnessed and endured. These are sons and daughters of Kenya who have been deceived, exploited, and abandoned. This regime's response has been to deflect, deny, and scapegoat junior officials. We ask Mr. Ruto, how many more Kenyans must die on foreign soil before your regime accepts responsibility? Number 3, Kenyans stranded abroad, the duty to bring our people home. No Kenyan citizen stranded abroad should be compelled to purchase their own ticket home. Repatriation is a state obligation, not a personal burden. A large contingent of Kenyan citizens are stranded in Middle Eastern countries, trapped in deplorable and life-threatening conditions. Conditions made all the more perilous by the ongoing escalation of hostilities between Israel and the United States on the one side and Iran on the other. We are deeply disturbed by reports that the government of Kenya has in several instances demanded that stranded citizens purchase their own return tickets as a condition for repatriation assistance. This is unconscionable and a fundamental dereliction of the state's duty of care to its citizens abroad. The government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the State Department for Diaspora Affairs, and Kenya's diplomatic missions, has both the constitutional duty and the financial means to organize and fund the repatriation of distressed Kenyan nationals. The cost of a return flight is a fraction of the billions squandered through corruption and misplaced expenditure. There is no justification whatsoever for leaving Kenya citizens to perish or suffer in foreign lands because they cannot afford airfare home. We call on this regime to immediately facilitate the safe, dignified, and fully government-funded return of all Kenyan citizens currently stranded in the Middle East and other parts of the world. Not a single Kenyan should be asked to pay for their own rescue. Number 4, Kenya transformed into a criminal regional hub. It is now common knowledge that Ruto has allowed Kenya to become a safe haven and operational base for regional and international criminal networks, providing protection, facilitation of travel, and material support to individuals facing serious international criminal allegations, including genocide, crimes against humanity, and enforced disappearances. Drug cartels are alleged to be represented at the highest levels of this government. Simultaneously, this regime has targeted legitimate passports